Okay, before going into the actual step-by-step process on how to file your BOI, here's a little information so that you know what it is. BOI stands for Beneficial Ownership Information. It was created under the Corporate Transparency Act, also known as the CTA. The CTA requires certain types of U.S. and foreign entities to report beneficial ownership information to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, also known as FinCEN, a bureau of the U.S. Department of Treasury. Now, the BOI first came out in January 1st of 2024, and when it first came out, it set forth a requirement for all businesses to report by the end of 2024, or else a fine was going to be enforced. Ever since January 1st, there have been multiple changes to the BOI requirements. On December 3rd, 2024, a federal district court in Texas issued an injunction that temporarily blocked enforcement of the CTA and its reporting rule. And on December 23rd, the Fifth Circuit granted an emergency motion for stay pending appeal that reinstates BOI reporting requirements. The Treasury Department announces an extension of deadlines. It used to be December 31st, 2024, and it got extended to January 13th of 2025. And 3 days later, on December 26th, all deadlines, the original ones and the extended ones put in place after the government's appeal, are no longer in effect because BOI reporting requirements are temporarily halted. Now, with that in mind, the next video step-by-step on how to get this filed is not a requirement, but it is still up in the air. So many businesses are choosing to file it anyway in case anything changes, to be sure you avoid any of these high fines that will be enforced if the BOI becomes a requirement. Thank you. So to get started, we're going to click on this option that says Get Started. Beneficial Ownership Information, BOI. Now on the second page, you will have two options, File PDF BOIR. BOIR, we want to file online. Question number 1, report. If you have already filed a BOI report, but after watching this video, you realize you need to make some corrections, you could choose either B or C, correct prior report or update. Number 2 is simply the day it is getting prepared. Today is January 3rd, 2025. Then we want to go ahead, FinCEN ID. Although it is not a requirement, since we are already filing the BOI report, we might as well request to receive it. So check mark that off. We can leave. Number 5, reporting company legal name. This is where you want to input the name of your business, XYZ. Number 6 is asking for an alternate name. If your business has a trade name or a DBA, you would. Number 7 is tax identification type for the business. If you have an EIN, use the EIN. If EIN, feel free to use. There are no dashes needed. Number 9 is country if it's a foreign ID. But since it's not, you skip over to number 10 and you input United States. State of formation, in this case, it's Arizona. C and D, if there is a tribe attached to it, you would input that information. Number 11 is the address. The address, the country, U.S., state, Arizona, and then you click Next. Question number 16, existing reporting company. If your LLC was created prior to January 1st, 2024, you want to once you check this off, everything on this sheet is going to be grayed out and you can no longer fill anything out. As you can see, okay. So then you're just going to click Next. This next tab is beneficial owner. This is the owner's information. Number 35, you only check that off if the beneficial owner is a minor child. If not, number 36, FinCEN ID. Most of you do not have that yet, which we check mark to get one, so you would leave that. 37, exempt entity. Most people are not exempt. Then we move on to the owner's information. Last name first, first name second. We have a middle name, then date of birth. We want to make sure we input the slashes, followed by city, country, state, and zip code. Then here is where you're going to upload some form of identity. In this step here is where you're going to be uploading identification information about yourself. The easiest is the driver's license, state issued driver's license. Then you will be inputting your driver's license number, followed by country, state, and then you will be uploading an actual picture of the front of your driver's license. This can be done by taking a picture with your phone, emailing it to yourself, and saving it in your documents in your computer, and then uploading it that way. Once you've input all your driver's license information, including the upload of the picture itself, you can click next. This final step is just your email. I've been using my business email, first name, last name, and that you agree. This final step will be to submit. It asks you to do this CAPTCHA, any apples, next, apples, next, and submit BOIR. I have already submitted for Sunshine Accounting, so I will not be submitting, but your final step is to click here. And that would conclude the submission of your BOI report. You will be getting an email to the email provided above with your confirmation. Be sure to save that in your records. Once again, this report is currently not mandatory and not a requirement, but due to the changing rules as we saw in December going back and forth, I recommend all companies just get this filed in case anything changes, but feel free to make that decision for yourself. Thank you.